It's absolutely no better than this. You know, some people call getting up and moving in the morning going to work. But when you do what I do with people that you respect and you love, it ain't work. It's called purpose. And I'm telling you, God is available. He's willing. And when you find the right crew to be around, it's just absolutely amazing. Listen here, welcome. If this is your first time, buckle up. if you're coming back every week, you know what we do. I am so excited. Once again, I'm gonna jump right into time. No Excuses presents the Ray Lewis Show, but always for the next 20 plus weeks until we have a new Super Bowl champion, the great, the one and only, the most electrifying quarterback I've ever seen in my life, the great Michael Vick. Michael Vick, thanks for joining me again, my brother. Well, I'm going to stop saying joining me.
Another day.
Family.
Another day. I woke up excited this morning. Oh, it's Wednesday. I got Ray.
Hey.
I got Ray at 11.
You got to tell me from a father's perspective. Tell me about the baby boy story.
I mean, I got a soft heart, man, and my 3-year-old son was starting school today, and you know, I was nervous yesterday. I cried on the couch, and the funny part about this whole thing is that he know I'm sad, but he was so ready to go, like he ready to go off into the sunset. I could see it, like I know his demeanor, and he just came to me. I said yesterday, I'm talking to him, and you know you're gonna be in school by yourself. You know, Daddy not gonna be there. He said, Daddy, I got to see my teacher. 3 years old.
Wow.
I said, Daddy, he consoled me.
Yeah.
I started crying. I shedded a tear. He woke up this morning with a snotty nose, and his mom was like, you know what? I'm not going to send him in there today looking like something wrong with him. Yeah. I was relieved and pumped, man. So it's a happy Daddy's Day. I get to spend one more full day with my son.
Hey, I tell you what, right? When they're young, you're like, man, I don't want them to leave. When they're 19, 20, you're like, man, it's time for y'all to get out.
On the flip side, yes, I can see that coming because he's definitely going to be that dude. And then I got something that's approaching that mark right now. Yeah. But I'm going to hate to see him go.
Brother, listen, man, and let me tell you something. Being a father is the greatest reward ever, and it never changes.
Yes.
Yeah, you love to see him go. You love to see him come back home. You love to see him stay. Absolutely. Brother, let's jump into this college Saturday. My brain is hurting. My brain is fried.
Go Hokies. Let's talk Alabama, man. Let's talk Alabama, Miami.
Let's talk Alabama, Miami, man. Listen, look, I think I'm going to be brutally honest because I think where we have to be very honest with what we've seen was it's a lack of the right discipline, right? When you see a team, when you see a defense, I'm gonna say defense in particular, totally out of sync, out of whack, and you look at a team that's just so much more dominant than them, right? And I said this yesterday on the show, right? On Paramount, I said, fundamentals never change, right? What happens with fundamentals are lessened or people let them get by when leadership starts to slack.
Mm-hmm.
When your coaches are not right, because that, bro, when you saw the team, it ain't that Alabama so much better, but when you talk about fundamentals, bro, fundamentally There was nothing right on the field. Yeah, it was the craziest thing I've seen.
And then you're talking about competition. You know, every guy, you know, line up with the same fundamentals, same type of coaching. It might be steered in a different way here or there, or taught a different way. But at the end of the day, there's no reason why a game couldn't be competitive. That game could have been competitive. It could have been 44-26 or 44-20, whatever the final score was. And regardless of the talent level or who's recruiting better or who's playing better at the time, you know, it's still about being competitive. And, you know, a lot of these programs now, you know, we set the tone during our day and you know, they go through a spell where they get spoiled a little bit. You know, they get all these new uniforms, they get all this new equipment, they get to travel, they get money, whatever they getting, you know, it kind of set them back in terms of, you know, the way they heart pumping when they step on that field, I think, and just the grind and, you know, everything it takes to be super competitive when you step out on the field. And it take a while to go through that. Then you got to take a couple beatings to understand, you know, why that actually happened. Yeah. I look forward to y'all coming out of that on the other side because I know a lot of, you know, former Miami Hurricanes stepped up and had a lot to say.
Bro, we listen. We not only got to come out, bro. We got to the culture. The culture has to change. It's simple, right?
Right.
You would have to drag me off the field before you ever embarrass me like that. Ever.
Yeah.
You have to drag me off the field, bro, because it's still right. It's still competition.
Yeah. Right. At the end of the day, it's mano a mano. It's man on man.
It's man on man.
You as a Mike linebacker, you know you're gonna deal with that fullback the majority of the game, or one of them offensive guards you trying to push up on. You know, at that corner, you got the receiver. Receiver, you got the corner. All over the field. Everybody except quarterback. So, you know, this game can be so simplified. I think we get in our heads too much. Coaches, the players, they get in their heads too much.
Alabama got a machine, though. They have a machine, bro. I'm telling you. I'm watching It's a machine. And I'm telling you that machine is functioning at all high levels.
It starts at the quarterback position. I mean, that's about, 4 years in a row they done had a new face show up.
Yeah, 3 of them.
First round picks. I mean, the guys are playing efficient. They're getting some of the best protection.
Yeah.
But also, when you got that type of talent, you still got to coach it well. I mean, those coaches go in the office at 6 a.m. and they find ways to blow you out, and that's important.
The young quarterback of Alabama said something so key after the game. They said, well, how did you guys come out and execute where we can't execute? He said, the way our coach us, the fundamentals they coach us with, and how they right?
Yeah.
Saban with the tight end, right, who couldn't get his head right. I think number 18, right? He wouldn't let him play because he said, your talent is one thing, right? It was one thing when we was at the U. I tell you one thing when we was at the U. A coach didn't necessarily have to coach us when we was at the U. Because we each other. Like you can be beside me and slacking. You can be beside me and do your job.
Yeah, right.
It's about celebrating yourself instead of celebrating us. Like it's about us. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the you, bro, the you is about us. It's not about you, right? And it's the same thing I took to Baltimore. Culture.
Bro, I remember the times when teams used to be intimidated when they would have to face the you.
Listen. Because fundamentally, you was gonna have to find a way to beat us. Bro, because it was not gonna be physically, it was not
that makes sense.
What? Man, you had to beat us, bro. And if you beat us, God bless you. But boy, it's gonna be a rough battle. It's gonna be a rough battle, bro.
You're gonna get beat up.
Yeah, you're gonna get beat up.
I ain't gonna attempt to tell you what Nate Webster did to me. He wore 52, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he tried to follow in your footsteps. He was trying to follow in your footsteps, and he was a damn good linebacker, I'd tell you that. And some of the things that he did to me at the bottom of the pile, I used to come into those games knowing I only played in 2.
Right.
I said those, plural, not singular. But I used to come into those games like, I'm about to get beat up, man. I'm about to get beat up. I'm gonna hang in there, and at the end of the game or tonight when I lay in my bed, I'm gonna sleep good because I'm gonna give it everything I got. Because them dudes, they gonna rock my world. I know it.
Yeah, that was the one thing, bro. So look, I think Alabama. Somebody gonna have to find a way to beat Alabama, but I will say this:
you gotta go speak to them.
There's one other team that I'm gonna tell you defensively. I don't know if we have seen Georgia with this type of defense in a very long time. That's Georgia rough. Georgia rough right now.
Yeah. If you look at Georgia's history, they always get good recruits. They always got a quarterback that's like middle of the pack.
Yeah.
But end up going in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. So if you NFL worthy, that means you can carry a college team for sure. And they put out star defensive players like it's nothing. I mean, from corners to linebackers to you look around the NFL, the resume says University of Georgia everywhere. I think that's really a total contribution to their efforts in coaching and what they've been able to put out.
Yeah, we got to switch gears. Bro. The NFL season kicks off Thursday night, and me and you,
barn burner.
We're gonna start picking 5 games. Me and you. You have to pick the winner, and you have to decide what offense.
Man, I don't like picking games, man.
Offense.
Dudes get a little sensitive when you be picking against
who?
Especially some of my boys that play around the league. They get a little sensitive when I pick against them. But you know what it is? It's a tough league. It's a tough league, right?
Listen. Do what you're supposed to do, and
get it.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
I like calling it how I see it.
I'm going out the first week, Thursday night. Cowboys at the Bucs. Out the gate.
That's where you set the tone for the season, I'll tell you that. League know what they're doing.
Who wins?
Put Brady and Dak on the big stage.
Who wins?
Look, I'm gonna keep it simple, man. Like I'm a huge fan of Dak Prescott, huge fan of Tom Brady. All my answers won't come with a dissertation, ladies and gentlemen, but I got to go with the man who's beaten father at time, Tom Brady, until I see otherwise. Now I say that now, and I was saying that in 2006, 2007 when he was in New England. So it ain't no secret over here with me.
Yeah,
TB12 will pull it out, but I'll be picking the Cowboys a lot this year. I like the team they done assembled.
I think they got some key injuries. I think that offensive lineman not being able to play.
They lost a guard. Yeah, I think they lost the offensive lineman.
Bucs defense, man, they brought everybody back. They loaded, bro.
The whole team. Who does that?
The whole team. Which means
that's special. Shout out to Bruce Arians.
People think they're the hunted. They are the hunted.
Yeah.
They came back to hunt.
Shout out to Coach Arians. Shout out to Coach Arians for making that happen.
Yeah.
Like for the administration to come together and actually make this happen, like be on the same page. Usually it's one guy like, nah, this guy got to go. Too old, slow feet, not the same, whatever.
Todd Bowles, bro.
Don't kill the chemistry.
Todd Bowles he's gonna have fun with that defense.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next one. The next one. I'm gonna save that one for last because it's a tribute to you.
You know.
Steelers at the Bills.
Well, my Steelers, man, hands down. Big Ben back. A guy you know real well.
Okay.
Big Ben is back. Everybody wanted to doubt Ben. But look, I won't take anything away from Buffalo. Buffalo, another team I'm going to be picking a lot this year. I'm just saying, look, man, I'm not going against my former squads this year. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it 100.
All right.
Every week, all my picks, no matter where I'm at.
I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills.
I can understand that.
Bud Dupree comes over from Pittsburgh. I'm just saying they added a lot.
Hey, but Josh Allen,
he's special.
Great. Josh Allen could potentially be the MVP this year. His preseason was immaculate, and I won't say nothing else. Just the way he stood in the pocket, the way he just orchestrated the offense. Just the total belief in itself. I like that Buffalo Bills team. I really do. I can't wait to watch.
I like that Bills team. Browns at Chiefs.
Chiefs. Now, my dissertation.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield playing on another level. Excited to watch him this year. And then the Browns defense, oh my God. And they run game and they receivers. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Can the Browns upset the Chiefs week 1?
See, the thing is, Andy, if you give him a whole offseason, like week 1 just gonna be explosive.
I get it.
I wouldn't trust Andy week 1 in terms of not scoring close to 40 points.
Yeah.
Just check the history.
Yeah.
I've been there.
All right.
Been there.
All right.
That's fair.
Ravens Monday night against the Raiders.
Lamar pull that one out. Lamar hard to deal with, man. Regardless of whether they throwing it or running it, the dude can do it all. He can do it all. And he young. I remember when I was in year 4, like shake and bake was at an all-time high. You know, I had the get-ems. I had to go. I had the straight line speed. I had the heart was pumping like championship. When you pushing like that, man, you hard to stop, bro. And week 1, when you know the whole world watching, you turn into a different football player.
Another animal. Eagles,
no doubt.
Eagles at the Falcons. These are both of your former teams.
Yeah. This only come around like every 4 years or so when I have to make this pick.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay neutral. I'm going to the pep rally this week for the Falcons. I look forward to going and hanging out. You know, just being around good people in administration, the Falcons fans, that fan base. The Philadelphia Eagles gonna be on the other side. I probably won't. I mean, and then at the end of the day, the Eagles got a lot going on. It's, you know, the quarterback has to, you know, be the focal point of the team this year and bring everybody else along. Yeah, Hurts has to be that guy. I don't want to put him on the spot, but, you know, I mean, it's game week. So, you know, for the next 17 weeks, he'll be put on the spot. And, you know, if I had to lean on any team winning this game, it'd probably be the Falcons because, you know, they got the veteran quarterback. They still got Calvin Ridley, and they playing at home. It's a home field advantage in this one. So I would expect them to win this game.
I'm going to go with the Eagles because of what they have from an offensive line and a defensive line perspective.
Yeah.
The game is always won in the trenches. Them boys, they big on both sides of the ball.
I know you done did your research. That's good to hear.
Homework.
That's good to hear. Because a lot of people think the Eagles going to suck this
year. Yeah, no. I think what they have as a core inside on both sides really gives them the advantage in this game. I think this is me telling you this, right? I think Calvin Ridley he's one of the most dynamic, you know, young talents that we have in this game. But I also think losing Julio Jones changes
man,
pace of what this.
I still can't believe. I mean, and that's almost like a culture shock when something happened like that too. I mean, for the last 10 years, you know, Julio was there. He was reliable. You know, he missed some games throughout the course of his career. If you probably went go look at it, he probably missed a good amount of games. And, you know, that can always change the outcome of how, you know, winning and losing too. So, you know, a lot of things play a factor when it comes to that, Ray. You and I both know that. But damn, you know, Julio's in Tennessee now and paired up with A.J. Brown. That's tough for any. That's tough for the AFC South.
All day breaking down. We will be here all day breaking it down now.
Yeah, for the AFC South, that's gonna be it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
Well, look, bro.
It's gonna be a problem.
On championship mentality today, I'm gonna let you get up out of it. But on championship mentality today, we are talking about the importance of rest. How much did you rest? How much did you really take care of the body and rest when you were playing?
You know, the one thing I always thought was extremely important was getting sleep at the end of the day, especially after long practice, long, exhausting day. Playing quarterback, I used to put myself to sleep thinking about the offense and, you know, just the ins and outs, the intricacies, what needed to happen on this particular play versus the defense. And I got some of my best sleep thinking football and put myself to sleep. And it's funny because I took my craft and something that I felt like was important even at a young age, even playing in Atlanta, knowing that, look, I can't be out, 4 nights out the week. I got to get some rest. I got to be, alert when I go to practice, because that's the only way I'm going to have that mental focus come Sunday. And I learned at the age of 22, I think my second year, that, feeling good, getting rest, and being able to go into practice and be the best practice player I could be would evolve into me being one of the best players on the field on Sundays, and it worked. So, and then the confirmation was 2013. Chip Kelly came in Philadelphia and was doing all types of studies on sleep and how to take care of your body and hydration and all these things that, I've paid attention to, but didn't pay a lot of attention to. Sleep, yes. Hydration, no. And my body felt totally different. If I would have pulled my hamstring that year, I probably would have played some good football that year and stayed in Philadelphia for a couple of years, but that's hindsight. But I realized at a young age that getting sleep was probably the most important thing an athlete can do.
Absolutely. Well,
outside of eating healthy.
Or athlete or anybody.
Anybody, right? Yes. Yeah. To people in general.
Yeah, because we're in a different time, right? Where now we have to really pay attention to what we're eating, our bodies and everything, and how important is sleep. I mean, just for mental health, bro.
Think about it. It's a championship mentality. Like, you're doing it with a purpose. You're doing it with a purpose. Like, who want to get up and go to their day job, whether you playing football or you're a lawyer or you work in the local Publix? Like, who want to go and be dragging in the morning? Why wouldn't you want to be fresh? Good customer service,
Yeah.
Plentiful. It's fruitful when it's that way. And I realized that, even in the latter years of my life now.
Yeah, absolutely. Blessing. My Wednesdays, my week just got better because I know I get to sit with the great Michael Vick every Wednesday.
Vice versa, man. Vice versa. Hey, look, it don't get no better than this, Ray.
Every Thursday. I'm sorry, every Wednesday. Every Thursday, I get to sit with the great Michael Vick and do some magical things and talk what we call ball, but it's really life.
OD one-on-one, me and you, baby. I love it. Thanks for having me.
I love you, brother. Appreciate you, Vic.
Yeah.
Listen, I tell you, when you talk about checking in, I went up to just travel to New York, and I'll be really quick. Started this new show where we're now Paramount Plus, and so it was just really cool just seeing the setup. And we brought Julian Edelman on, and of course he's a Patriot, I'm a Raven, so had to put. But we got along. It was really cool, just seeing the transitions of what checking in means. Right? It's like how often do you check in with your everyday routine, right? Or are you caught in the system to where life goes so fast, the day goes so fast, you can't even think about where it went. And that's why I think me transitioning is basically saying how much rest, right? Like this week I'm discuss the importance of rest as it relates to your mind, body, and spirit. And I don't want to waste no more time. I want to go to championship mentality. I want to bring one of my closest friends here. Coach, championship mentality time. Get on in here, my man, the great Monty Sanders. Brother, let me tell you something. Every day we can get up and do this is a blessing. I appreciate you. I love you. What's up, Coach?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Hey, everything. If I'm up and moving, then I'm moving towards a purpose, Coach.
Man, I tell you, listening to you and Michael Vick, I'm telling you, make me get hyped, man. It make me feel like I could start back training the way we used to and try and make a kickoff team or something.
Now, me and you done both said we don't know if we're gonna go back and do that. Now
No, hey man, people don't know I'll go ahead and tell it, man. They don't know we done had these conversations, man. Ray has actually been like, you know what? Do I go back one more time? I'm like, hold on, dog. You got a statue, your name in the stadium. You retired as a bust. You want to really come back and play middle linebacker? But anyway, that's just how crazy some of them talks we be having, y'all.
Coach, let's jump into this week, man, because this week's principle is a really interesting principle that I think we don't understand. A lot of people don't understand, like really how personal it has to be. The importance of rest. Give me your thoughts, because I mean, I know we got a bunch of thoughts going back and forth, but give me your thoughts on the importance of rest.
First of all, some people may have heard it before, but it's worth repeating. You know, rest really won't help if it's your soul is tired.
My goodness, you come out the gate like that?
I'm just saying, I've lived it. I've lived it. I understand it. I've been through a good night of rest and just waking up. Like, why do I feel so tired? It is not because I didn't get to sleep or the rest. It's that my soul was exhausted. And so there comes a time, like, you know, the recommended CDC or whoever going to tell you to get 7 hours of sleep is so important. We just heard Vic talk about the importance of sleep. I remember I've never seen you so serious about sleep the night before a game. Like, there are plenty of people out there that when they got a big day before them, they do whatever they can to get a good night of rest. But I think we're in a new era where people like, let's hustle, let's grind. There's no sleep. There's warrior mode. There's lion mode all the time. And we don't take this principle. It's a law of the importance of rest. I know this guy, man, he's a great trainer. He's changing lives all over. His name is Champ, man. And he just went in the hospital. And he was like, bro, the first thing I thought about was how God put me here because I needed to rest. He kind of had like our mindset, like constantly going. You remember, even me, you, and Ed, we would work out 3 or 4 times a day, Monday through Friday. You're supposed to rest on Saturday and Sunday. But here come Ray upstairs with his shorts and sneakers on, going for a jog. It's rest day. And me and Ed looking at each other like, what are we supposed to do? You feel guilty about resting when you're a lion. You feel guilty about resting when you in that warrior mode, that obsession mode, that Kobe Bryant, that mama mentality mode. And man, it's just hard for people like us, because when you do rest, you feel like you cheating yourself. And so, but I'm learning slowly but surely, even with age, how important rest is. There's some people that's like, Monty, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm eating right. I'm working hard. I'm consistent with my workouts. Why am I not getting results? And sometimes the reason why you're not getting results is because somebody could be getting more sleep than you. And so take it as a principle. Take it as a part of your program. Rest is a part of the program.
This is to confirm and back how you started this when you talk about the soul. Rest is a weapon given to us by God. The world has designed itself to keep you distracted. Rest is the only thing that renews, restores, and gives you the ultimate energy to accomplish your purpose of that day. One of the things that we do, if we put days together, we put weeks together, we put months together. But let me tell you something. When God says rest on the Sabbath day, when he was talking about resting, he said, do absolutely nothing. Because the only way, if your phone, most of us have our phones, if your phone is out of whack and it's going on, some text message and you can't push this message and this message won't go through and that won't go through, the first thing you do, what's the first thing you got to do? If they say if it gets wet, what's the first thing you got to do? You got to let it rest. You got to go put it in a bowl of rice. You got to let it just sit there, right? It's all these old school things you got to do, but you got to understand the best care for the body is a quiet mind. But if you can never find peace, that's what you talk about in that soul. Because I don't care if you rest 12 hours. If your mind is not quiet, if your soul is disturbed, you'll toss and turn all night long. I think people say I get 6 hours, I got 7 hours, I got 8 hours. There's a different type of hour when it comes to sleep. There's a restful sleep, and there's a sleep that's, I'm telling you, so many disturbances up and down. I got these devices that I wear, and it shows you how many times your disturbances, how many times you get up. They say almost an average, the human being wakes up at least 10 times a night. So I want you to think about how many times your soul, your mind, your body is never really resting. And one of the reasons why, and you know this, when I was playing, the reason why I took rest so serious, and you know this, is because I knew that I was about to do something with my body. There's no way I was going to be able to do it without complete rest. And and you knew my routine. I average what on a game night, Saturday nights. I'm in my hotel. I'm asking coach, I got to get out of a meeting. Like I got to go in. I need 8 to 10 hours, right? I need that, but I didn't need it for my body. Yes, my body is a product of it, but I need it for my mental state.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Ray, to mention to our team out there that's dealing with these principles of championship mentality. You putting your goals, your visions, everything together to really implement that principle of rest, because it's like your mind is like the hard drive to see everything and hear everything all day, constantly, 70, 80,000 thoughts per day. You know, and if you don't close those eyes and give that mind a chance to shut down, even the studies now are indicating that a lack of sleep is a high cause of possible dementia and dealing with Alzheimer's. So it's more than just that we tired. We really need to sleep. But one of the reasons you know that your soul is exhausted, and I've been there, is when you go to bed and you got stresses of the next day. Like, you know, work gonna be stressed, or you know, when you get up, you got to deal with this type of message or people or company or whatever it is. When you thinking about that before you go to bed, that has an impact on your soul as well. And so it's just awareness, and good for us to just think about it and say, wow, okay, I really need to implement this sleep thing, this rest thing, and have them both working towards our good.
Listen, when you are tired, when we are tired, the thing is, we must learn to rest and not quit. That's why people start so many things but never finish them, right? Because we don't know how to rest. Something gets too frustrating, we quit. It's too much. I'm tired. I need to shut down, right? No, you just need to rest, right? In between our workouts, we have a choice. From workout 1, 2, 3, 4, you have a choice. Either you can call me upstairs and say, Lou, I'm not doing this today, man. I'm done. You can quit. Or you can look at me like you used to always say, hey, man, y'all can sit down here. I'm going to lay down for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, Ed wanted to play PlayStation in between the workouts. Man, I'm tired. I got to get that rest, man. You know, about an hour, we got about 6 miles on this sand. And so, I mean, I wrote about it in my book, man. The workout started early in the morning, man. I'm up way before that. It's a nice night. I know people sometimes stay up late at night, but I really found out that my body, my mind performs better when I get more rest. And again, there was a time, because I know sometimes you got to hustle, you got to grind, you got to sacrifice and not get those 7 hours. Maybe it's for a bigger cause for the culture or a big deal that you sacrificing for a short period of time. But we can't have a lifestyle of not getting sleep. Then we wake up and we dealing with stress. So now not only are we not getting sleep, we're going to sleep with stress. And so before I leave today, man, I just want people to know, man, let's again take that time out for yourself. Yeah. It's you versus you. You know, sometimes that's why God give us a dream in the night, because we're too busy when we're awake.
Some of us too busy when we're asleep.
Right. Wow. That part.
That part. Right.
So I look forward, man, to seeing everybody next week. Continue to work on your body. We all gonna get together. We still working out. You know, the world is crazy right now with all this crazy stuff out there. We're still working on our retreat. We're working on a dynamic e-course, an online course where we could go into depth with these things. So many things that's coming from championship mentality, and I'm so excited about it. Thank you for those that follow us, that really give us shout outs during the week. You send your jumping jacks during the week. You telling us how the show is impacting you. We read the comments. It's not like this some show and, you know, we just talk and don't listen. Send us your questions. Let us know what you want us to talk about. This is not a dictatorship. Remember, we are all becoming. This sleep thing, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
I haven't passed that test. We all in this together, man. So send us some stuff you want us to talk about, man, and let's grow together. Let's be great.
Let's do it. Coach, always a pleasure. I will hit you in 5 minutes. You know, it's really interesting because when you think about the principle of rest, when you think about the importance of why you must take care of you, right? You've heard this before. There's two things that you must figure out: the difference between detours and distractions. But most of the times when you try to get rest, the number one enemy is distractions. You're always caught in something. Something always wants you to finish it before you have the capability of finishing it. I'm gonna share something with you, and it's gonna be really simple. This week, I want you to take time to restore. But the only way to restore and reset is you must rest and then start your project again. You know why so many people live a life of just stress, anxiety, depression? Because the world has told you to keep moving. The world has told you as young kids and all of these people out there now to pick up a phone, and before you go to bed at night, you can't miss this last text, and you can't miss this last Instagram post, and you can't miss. Yes, you can miss it. You can miss it if you want to take care of you. You can miss it if you want to be the best you. That was one thing that when I came in the hotel room, everybody knew 9 o'clock, 9:30, phone dead. It's off. I'm done. Because I got something to do. And listen to this. Whether you think it's about you, it's about you having the ability to inspire someone else by your efforts. People talk about all the things that I wasn't big enough, fast enough, strong enough. But effort comes from a restful mind, which then translates to a peaceful soul, gives you the energy to do anything you want to do. This week, change up the mentality. Stop running this rat race that the world is forcing us to run. We're all in it. Get away, disconnect, reset, restore, and renew. And we will see you next week back here. No Excuses presents Ray Lewis Show. And you know I'm always tell you this. There's absolutely no excuses not to take care of yourself. God bless you. Thank you for joining.